so today on my Abigail cooking challenge that I do, which I do more of a low income, showing how to do stuff out of a low income budget, just part of a community thing that I enjoy doing, being somebody who is used to the low income way of life. So what I'm doing today, somebody had given me some deer meat to cook, and I decided I'm going to make deer meat hamburgers out of, well, I'm going to put peppers in it. I am going to put some clove in it, some fresh clove. I am going to put basil. I am going to put a little steak seasoning on the top of it. And then, of course, I'm using a little olive oil in my pan, only because obviously deer meat is very low in fat. There's like hardly any grease in it, so I need just a little bit for my frying. I just find it a lot easier in cooking deer meat when it comes to the hamburger ground. So I add olive oil. So yeah, so I'm gonna mix all this stuff inside of it, and I'm gonna cook it up. And then for my side, I decided I'm doing something quick and easy. And obviously my seasonings and my grease, I all get from my Dollar Tree challenges that I do, and I use that. And it's all really good brands, and I like it. And then I also got this. Everybody knows this brand. And I got this at the Dollar Tree. And this one's quick and easy. I don't have to wait for it to boil. So pretty much all I'm using is my frying pan tonight. Thank God, because I don't feel like cooking. All I have to do is pop this in for like under 3 minutes, and bam, it'll be done. So I'm happy that I picked this up so I don't have to cook or mess up anything more than what I already have to mess up. So anyways, so yeah, so I decided that that is what I am doing today on my food challenge and how I'm going to do this. So to get started, I'm going to try to go ahead and cut up my cloves. And I really don't have a lot of room here. I was trying to do this without making a mess. Less mess. Which I like less mess. But I am a messy cook. Normally I make the biggest mess ever. But I'm trying not to. I'm trying to get used to not making so much of a mess. But that doesn't always work. Alright, so I am going to cut up my clove. And my clove has been sitting in the refrigerator, so it's actually softened since I got it, which is good. It's kind of like when you get it out of the jar. So it's really good. So it's starting to get like that, which is awesome. And that means it has verminated, what we call verminated, a little better. And I can smell it, like when I had gotten it and when I used the first clove, I could smell the garlic, but it wasn't like, woo, garlic. This is like getting woo garlic, and I like it better like that because I think you can taste it better. So I think you guys can see. I was trying to readjust my camera. Obviously, it's kind of hard because, like I said, I kind of co-resign with people, and the kitchen's, you know, only so big, and we share the space. So I try to keep my little area to myself while I'm here. Hopefully, I'm praying that I will be able to get into a place of my own soon, and then I'll have a bigger, wider area, hopefully, to work with for my space. But until then, I'm blessed to have what I have and having a roof over my head. So anyways, yeah, so I'm going to, and obviously growing up here, you know, I try not to let it bother me, and knowing the place well. And but anyways, yeah, at one time, but anyways, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm cutting up my garlic as much as I can, and I wouldn't say like growing up, but like for a short time, if that makes any sense. But I don't know. It's one of those old-timey things, I guess. But anyways, okay. So I'm going to push this to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and eat the boy. I'm going to go ahead and cut up my pepper. So, okay, here's the thing. So, normally I don't talk on my food thing, right? So, I did a thing for my YouTube. And I have two different Facebook. I have my friends and family, which is, you know, just people I want to see or different ads that I want to see. And then I have one for my YouTube. And, you know, they say, oh, the more friend requests that you have, the more people will see when you post your YouTube stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they have like a slew, like just tons of different like requests that popped up. And I'm like, cool, okay, I'll accept this and try it out. Oh my God. Let me tell you, this is an Abigail moment, okay? So I was like, I'm going through, and then when you pop up and you have like your pictures of like your stories, first of all, the first thing I see, somebody posted something of a baby hunched over, like literally crouched over in like this box thing. And I flipped out and I did like a report on it. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know who this person is, because there's like a slew. They're all like out of country and stuff. And I was like, holy shit, like, oh my God. So I'm seeing this and I like put it on there and I'm like, I can't believe people are like that. I haven't been on since I seen that one. But at the same time, I was like accepting these things on there. And I had accidentally hit one. Like, I didn't pay attention to the little circle. Normally, you know, people put these, like, weird pictures anyways, and I don't pay attention. Well, I happened to hit it. You know, you can, like, when you're doing them, you can actually hit the profile. Well, I accidentally hit the profile at the same time, right? Holy horse crap. And I was flipping out. It was like a porn site on Facebook, and I was like, nuh-uh. I'm like, this is not on there. And it was like out of country, somewhere else, okay, because all these things like popped up, and I'm like, nuh-uh, that's crazy, because there was like 900 and something requests, like just tons of freaking requests on this. So I'm like going around, you know, going down the list, and I'm like, okay, accept, you know, because I'm only posting this for my YouTube thing. I could not believe it. I was like, nuh-uh, there's no way. Yeah. So I was like, should I like cancel that Facebook thing? Because I don't want stuff like that, you know, popping up, right? And the same people might even see this one, because obviously it's going to be on there because of the YouTube thing. But I was just baffled. Like, I was completely baffled that that was on there. And I was like, no way. Like, they posted. But the most disturbing thing was the baby thing. I was like, and I don't know if it was dead or alive, but they posted that. And it looked like it was literally just born and like hunched over like it was dead. Like, the eyes was not open. I don't know what it was. But I was freaking out. I was like, I did a report on it, and I was like, I could not believe it. And it was from someone, like the thing, it was from someone overseas. And I'm like, is that normal for them to like do stuff like that? Like, to literally like did this person kill this baby and they just put it on there because they get away with doing stuff like that? Like, I was just concerned. Like, I had never seen anything like that. I honestly haven't. So I was freaking out about it. And I was thinking, okay, well, I was like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure that Facebook has, like, security, like, things or whatever, because I sure don't want to see something like that. I wouldn't want to see it at all, you know. And I'm like, okay, so obviously I did, like, a report on it or whatever, and hopefully I don't have to see it. I think I blocked it to make sure that nothing for me, like, comes up or anything, but I was really, like, freaked out about it. Like, I could not believe that. It was crazy. And then obviously, and then the porn thing, I was like, I don't want that up there. I don't want somebody seeing that these people are on there and thinking I want to, you know, see something like that. I'm like, look, we're all adults, okay? But it ain't something I need to be like seeing or being whatever. It's like, we all know about what it is, okay, or what people do. But they had it on Facebook. And I'm like, these people out here are perverts. Like, I could not believe how perverted it was. It was crazy. Like, it was absolutely crazy. So, anyways, yeah. Okay, so I have peppers. I don't think I need to do my whole pepper. So I'm actually going to save this probably for like a snack or something. So I'm going to set it to the side for now. And I'm going to take, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm going to take my garlic, and I am going to take this, I don't need a lot of pepper because I really don't have, I think it's going to make like maybe 2 hamburgers. So anyways, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and add this into it along with my seasoning, and go ahead and turn on my pan, which shouldn't take too long. And it looks like it's pretty much, it's definitely defrosted. It's been sitting in the refrigerator. Okay, so I'm going to squish this up. And if I walk off camera, I'm sorry, but I got to wash my hands. Okay, so it looks good. I'm going to smell this. I know it's weird, but this is how we always talk. Make sure it's still good. And it smells normal. I had it sitting in the refrigerator for a few days, but see, it was still frozen. And then when it finally got defrosted, my roommate's like, I think you need to cook it. And I'm like, yeah, I've been waiting for it to defrost. I know. And then today, stupid me, because I was planning on doing it today. Okay, I'm going to add my basil. I was like, well, I went to the store today. I got out and went to the store. And I was going to make, what was I going to, oh, I was going to make zuppa tonight for my thing. And I had gotten all of stuff for my challenge and stuff. And I'd be daggone if I got home and when I started putting what stuff I had gotten today up, I remembered about it. And I said, well, that plan's canceled. I'll do that like tomorrow or another day this week. That's no big deal. And so, yeah. So I didn't get to do that because I have to do this deer meat. And I would feel stupid from saying, yeah, I know what's in there. I was going to do it tomorrow. And then forget to do it. So I'm adding my steak seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and add some steak seasoning to it now. And so anyways, and then I'm going to add this to it. So anyways, I was like, oh, I think I need to do this right now. Oh no! Did y'all see that? I just like wiped out the camera. Okay, and I was like sitting here and like my pepper. It was good stuff. But okay, so I flipped them and they're nice and brown. You guys see them? On this side. And I lowered my temp a little bit because I don't want them to not get completely cooked all the way through. And I smashed them down. And now I'm kind of sauteing them. That way the garlic and stuff inside has a chance to kind of, well, saute. Marinade. And then obviously my peppers and stuff. The only thing I was like thinking, because obviously I like my peppers tasting that fresh crunch. I was like, oh, I hope they don't get too soft in there, and I didn't think about it, and I was like, that's okay, I can deal with it. It's not the first time I've had them soft, and I like them crunchy. And I was like, that's a dilemma, because peppers, they're really good when they're fresh and they're crunchy. And when they're soggier, I tend to not to like them as much, and I'm not really sure why, but I'm not complaining. But yeah, I favor the crunch over the soggy. You know how like you go to a restaurant and they cook stuff and it's like soggy. It tastes okay, it's okay, but you can tell that it's not like fresh and stuff. And I'm like all into like still tasting like that freshness. So I'm like, well, and you know, I thought about something, and I probably should have done it beforehand, but I don't have a lot of time. Like if I had more time and space, then I would do this. But I should have took my garlic, and I should have actually like simmered it down a little bit, like boiled it down, and then put it inside of my hamburger, and then it would have that like flavor that I'm actually looking for, because I think it works better that way. I like it in a little butter and yummy, and like put it up in the mixture. And I would, but I don't feel like doing all that right now. Maybe later at a different time. So I'm just kind of like slapping it together and be like, oh, you know. But anyways, you know, Abigail's adventure. So anyways, yeah. So this looks like it is almost done to eat, but I'm just going to make sure that there's no pink coming out And like I said, I definitely want to make sure that it's done. And like some of my peppers have come out. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to bring my camera back down. But you can see that it's just super yummy. And there's peppers out into the butter gravy, which obviously I have deer gravy now, which obviously I am going to do something with my deer gravy. Since I made the rice, I am actually going to make deer gravy for my rice. I have gravy packed that I will put up, but oh, there goes my phone again. But I decided, hey, if it does what it's supposed to with the butter and the oil, I can make deer gravy to go over my rice. So I'm going to try it. Now, I'm not going to guarantee it's going to come out because I am not good at all with making gravy. I normally do the packs. I am not a good gravy maker whatsoever. I try and I try. I mean, I've done it before and I've mastered it before, but I am not good at it. So I'm going to try this and I'm going to see if it comes out. I'm going to cross my fingers and hopefully it does. I probably won't show it though. I'll show it at the end what I did. That way I can do it really quick. But hopefully I'm going to flip these just to see what it's looking like on the opposite end. And it's doing exactly what it's supposed to, which is a good thing. I keep burning my fingers. I know I'm supposed to push something on there, but I forget. And obviously today I didn't do my silly voiceover because I like doing my voiceovers when I'm doing this stuff for Ethel and Abigail. But I didn't today. So I'm just doing regular voice. But if you're wondering when I do that, like, and then I just did that, I do that with that to make that little funny whatever. And it just sounds so funny with that. And if I really put like my southern drawl into it, which I lost a lot of my southern drawl being up north, which was strange, but I did. And it was like weird that I had a southern drawl at one time. But I'll get back, like I'll try to do like certain things and I'll say it on there and it comes out and I'm like, that is so funny. But it's funny now looking at it, but people used to think that it wasn't funny because you say certain things and you're like, what the hell are you saying? And you're like, exactly what I said. But anyways, okay, so I'm going to let this finish up and then we're going to see the final result, and I'm going to make the deer gravy. I'm going to try to make the deer gravy. I'm going to try not to do it on camera, but then again I might, and see how it works out. And then Uncle Ben's up in the microwave. I'm going to warm it up just a little bit longer. Hopefully it turned out good, and hopefully this turns out really yummy. So I'm excited to see. You know, since I don't eat a lot of bread, I also thought about, I'm probably not going to eat this over bread. And then I'm thinking, you know how I said that I wanted to make meatloaf? Well, it's like having your own individual little meatloaf, right? Duh, Abigail. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it, oh, my phone keeps falling. I keep having trouble with this phone. And so I'm going to take it and I'm going to probably put it over my rice and just do like it's miniature. Let's pretend like it's a miniature meatloaf cooked on the stove. Deer meat style. I don't know. But anyways, I know this was corny and cheesy, but this is what I'm doing today. And I had to capture this, and later on, actually the whole thing that I was going to do today was I'm baking. So later on, I am actually going to do baking. I love baking. I just haven't been doing it because I'm like, who's going to eat it? And I can't eat a lot of it. Like I can, but I can't. And one of my favorite things to make is my version of apple crisp. And I don't want to give it away, but I'm doing my version of an apple crisp. And I'll give you a hint. I use cinnamon rolls, but I'm not telling you how I do it. You'll see it, and I should patent this. But this is how I'm gonna do my apple crisp. So I'm doing apple crisp later, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be really, really good, and that way if you guys see me in the same outfit, you know why. So I don't have to go change. But so after the deer meat is done, I'm going to start on my version of apple crisp. So I will see you guys shortly, and I will show you guys the results of my deer meat hamburger slash meatloaf dinner. Alright, bye. So I came into a dilemma. My rice that I cooked, I don't know how to give this, if it's a good rating or a bad rating. I'll have to try it again because I just added some water, so there's water. It is dry as can be. It is horrible, hard. So I cannot eat this rice. And it's healthy, good rice for this. And I cannot eat this because I think I cooked it too long. So I'm going to have to try this one again to see if it was just me on my era or if it really is the product itself. Yeah. This might be one of those, like, even though it's a microwave one, you could maybe, like, take it and actually do it on the stove, which I'm thinking I may have done that before with it, where you can just take it and add some, you know, the water and stuff because it just dries out. It doesn't work like it should. And I'm thinking that, and then you just, like, take it and, like, cook it, like, kind of like normal, just more of a just, like, loosen it up and do whatever with it. Yeah, but I'm going to have to try it again, but I do not have another pack of it. I was looking, and I was like, I don't think I have another pack. And I really don't feel like waiting to make regular rice because I want to get onto my dessert editorial that I'm doing. So I think I'm just going to take my gravy, which my gravy turned out perfect, and my hamburger, and I don't know what I'm going to do, and I don't have any extra rice that I cooked the other day or anything, like I normally do in the refrigerator ready to go. So I'm going to take this and put it over my hamburger. So with that said, this is super good. I'm going to end this cooking challenge with a taste, and like I said, it's really good, and I'm going to take it and put it under I gotta move this around so you guys can see it. I am going to take it and put it on a hamburger. I am not eating all these hamburgers at once, but I'm going to take my gravy just like this and move this back. And I am going to eat my meatloaf and gravy hamburger. Smart. Meatloaf and gravy hamburger. That is made out of deer meat with garlic, fresh clove, fresh pepper, some seasoning, some basil, and deer meat gravy with deer meat in it, heavy whipping cream, all the seasonings, and it turned out great, and I will definitely make this one again. Definitely. I really like this one, and it turned out perfect. So with that said, we're ending this, and I hope you guys take the challenge too. Different ways that you can cheaply but tastefully and really good spruce up your low budget food meals. So with that said, we're going to end this, and I will see you guys on the next one, and we're baking. So bye, I'll see you guys then.